Hello, welcome back to Anime Date Night. I am Corbin.
Madison.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Guys, we are here with Classroom of the Elite Season 3. We're in the last 3 episodes, 11 through 13. Yeah. We're here to round it out with everybody. It only just dropped, so I'm excited to just kind of binge the end with you guys.
Yeah. We took a couple of days in between recording Classroom of the Elite because we wanted to have all of it.
I wanted the last episode. I want to end on whatever cliffhanger or great thing they've got planned for us. And then we'll be sitting with the rest of you guys until we get more.
And then we're on to our next show.
Yes, indeedy. What is our next show, by the way? What are we thinking about putting up?
Apothecary Diaries.
Apothecary Diaries.
We talked about this.
Yes, we did. But now I'm talking about it with you guys. So I've heard that Apothecary Diaries is described as a perfect show. And I understand like what a perfect show means. It's just, you know, a complete, whole, interesting story from beginning to end. I don't know if Apothecary Diaries has ended. But in the same way, like I would describe Demon Slayer as a perfect show. It's a high standard, right? Like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a perfect show. Attack on Titan to me is not a perfect show, but it's really close. Just didn't quite.
It's really good.
Really good.
It's not perfect.
It didn't stick the landing for me, but you know.
Yeah, we've heard Apothecary Diaries a few times from a few different people in our lives who have a pretty high bar. Like some of my friends, you know who you are. I love you. You're a nitpicky bitch. So for them to say, oh no, you don't understand. It is a perfect show. I'm like, so to Corbin's point, the last time anyone told me that, it was regarding Alphonse and I want to say Edward, but I don't think that's right.
Edward Elric.
I was right. Okay, listen. Okay, Alphonse and Edward Elric, and it beat me like I owed it money. So very excited to be going on to that journey with you guys. Much like Classroom of the Elite, Tensura, we are going to do 2-episode drops. We do have a bit of buffer between starting the show and where the show currently stands. I think it's got 2 full seasons out. So we'll be doing 2-episode drops, depending on how we feel after season 1. Much like Tensura, we might alternate, right? We'll see how that goes, but Apothecary Diaries is our next show. Very excited.
Woot!
We just resumed Invincible.
Yes. It's almost over too. It hurts.
I'm bothered.
Only 4, but that's we only get a little bit of the taste.
So we've recently watched Hazbin Hotel, Invincible, Mushoku Tensei is back when this video is releasing. We've got so many things to tide us over. Oh! If you're in the Discord, we talked about this. Oshinoko's coming back this summer. We didn't think we were getting Oshinoko this year. We didn't think we'd get Oshinoko or Blue Lock. We're getting a Blue Lock movie sometime, I forget when.
That'd be fun.
But Oshinoko's gonna be back in like June or July.
Okay.
That's really soon. And hell yeah, we watched season 1 already. So we get to revisit Idol. Love it.
There's a beautiful world of stories out there. And thank you for joining us for that.
We're so excited.
And if you haven't yet, hey, why not hit that like and subscribe? Come join us over on Patreon. We've got unedited reactions. We've got early releases. We've got monthly movies.
We do.
All the things you might want to love. I said that really robotically, but I felt it from my soul.
You felt like you were going somewhere, and then you lost one of your steps, but you kept going, and I'm proud of you.
That's the confidence of an average white man. Let me tell you, this channel's got a lot of it. It's got a lot of it.
I mean, you're at least half.
I'm at least half of it.
So, you know, we've recently also been watching Shogun.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not an anime or like anime adjacent, so we didn't like.
But we're probably going to talk about it like as we do commentary and like our thoughts, you know, free associate. It's on our minds.
But I'm really excited to delve into Classroom of the Elite. This has been kind of a long intro of unrelated, like, miscellany.
But you know what? It's a season finale, so fuck it. It's going to be 3 episodes smushed together for you.
It's going to be a pretty decent video. We're going to go through the last bit of the season, talk about our thoughts. I'm excited to see the chess match.
Yes!
Because I feel like it's going to end up being Sakanayagi. I think I got that right. Sakanayagi and Ayana Koji.
The captains play through their chosen people of the team.
There's a rule about how much of the time they're allowed to be involved for. I'm sure they'll recap the rules for us because there are a good number of them. but
There's also a move cap.
Is it like 40?
45.
45?
Yes.
Is that 45 per player?
Per player.
Thank God.
I believe.
Because that's a big difference.
Yes. No, I believe it's 45 moves per player. And there's also a time limit. So it very much gives you a box in which to compete, and you don't have all day to map out the perfect strategy.
Yeah.
Keep it moving like you're on a game clock.
It's speed chess, and you need to act accordingly.
Not quite speed chess.
But it's timed.
It is timed.
Like, it's some variation of there is a cap.
It creates a box into which the competition must have.
And the box will get smaller the longer you take.
Indeed. Which makes it a real mental sporting event.
It's a lot going on. Before we get into the show, if you do want to recommend anime to us, Discord's the best place to do it. And I'm excited to continue.
All right, let's do this thing.
You ready?
Yeah.
There's only one rule in love: bring happiness to those you love. Okay. Stenhal Journal, 1805.
Ooh, supercomputer.
That's the dad. It's the white room.
Even the most inferior DNA. Oh, we're gonna see some racism here.
I'm immediately reminded of Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. There's this whole idea that like certain genetics are fit for certain roles in society, and you are like bred to fit your role in society. This is kind of the opposite. Even if your genetics are shitty by whatever combination of factors, you can overcome your genes.
Yes, you can overcome whatever nature might throw at you with strict, structured nurture.
Have you tried hard enough?
Have you been structured enough and like, geez, these are some very firm, rigid walls to build up so that even if you have the shittiest DNA and you're just a body of gloop falling apart at the seams with no bones, we can make a human smart being out of you if those words together make sense. I'd probably not do well in the white room. I'm just gonna let you know.
It's honestly reminding me a bit of like American military boot camp, where they break you down to build you back up.
It's like that, but like almost a little bit more there's not the active breaking down process I'm getting from this. I'm getting
they don't have to because they get them from
it's just birth. A very rigid box that you, the individual, will like hit walls against. They're not squeezing the walls in on you. The walls just don't move. It's the box and the structure.
I'm with you.
And that is the philosophy of education as opposed to, I forget honestly the name of the school that we're taking place in entirely of. The nurturing high technical school, whatever.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Different philosophy of let's have more abundance and free colors, more free thought, and more nurturing type things, a little bit gentler, but also create opportunity to create genius.
If they're gentler, it's by a narrow margin. Because they force them to expel each other. Like,
there's a lot of comparison to be had here, and I think it lies in just the nature and argument of structure for children as a method of education and making children better adults. Because that's ultimately the goal, right? We wanted to pay taxes,
productive,
be smart,
and
be a genius, and change the world,
and contribute to society.
Indeed. Are you going to use your genius to maximize profit? Are you going to use your genius to pick up trash more effectively? Whatever the fuck.
Are you going to automate trash pickup?
You know, whatever the fuck. What can we as instructors and educators do?
What can we inspire you to contribute to the world?
What can we do to take these children as they're growing up through this like time period, and what can we do to make them blossom as beautifully as possible? So I get the goals, and we're getting like competing schools of thought. Yeah.
She's inquisitive for a young child. And that's her dad, right? Who was his admin?
Yes, and he goes on to found the opposing school of thought.
She doesn't have the walking stick at this point.
No, she does not.
Okay. Ooh.
This is how they take tests.
Lottery!
We're here to do business here. Okay. Half a court, huh? Okay. Small
honestly, that's really kind. So they each get to add a rule.
Now, question.
Pause.
Can you swap the other team's person at a moment of your choosing? It says you can swap one participant. Can I choose to swap out your ace, your best player, for somebody of my choosing on your team, of course?
That's a question.
I wonder if we're going to explore that. Or if it's just straight up, on your team, you can swap out somebody on your team.
This school seems...
They like, operating in shades of gray.
Well, and I feel like they're one of those folks who do great work with attorneys, because if you signed a contract without reading it, you're the dumbass. And I don't feel bad for you. And it's like, I didn't know what it meant. And they're like, then why'd you sign it?
Were the rules laid out for you clearly at some point?
Listen.
Was it communicated to you where your responsibility would be to receive that communication?
Or even to the person that made the rule. You weren't specific enough. Your rule says they can sell... You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a loophole in your rule, that's a you problem.
I guess that's part of what makes a good adult. Extreme accountability.
I guess.
Oh, we're not getting some strong animated basketball scenes. This is not a sports anime. We're just getting the scoreboard on.
Okay. Oh, that was smooth.
There's that teamwork.
It's motivation, not reckless abandon.
Nice. Go see.
You were saying?
That's okay. You have other cards.
It is keyboarding. Okay. Archery.
Ah, they're not even giving us the scores.
Not telling us diddly.
Ah, only one entrant per. Okay. A1 English and math.
They seem to win their chosen subjects.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They pick what they're good at.
Okay, yeah, this track so far.
3-on-3, typing, English, math, archery, cool.
So it's going to come down to Game 7 chess.
That's exactly what I just said. That's a big if, baby.
If we can win 4, we win. Mental math. Oh. It's going to be 3 and 3.
Ooh, what if Katsuragi,
He's really good at
so
mental math. Koenji's an interesting...
Yeah.
Koenji's pretty fast, though. He's no dummy.
This, I hope he participates. I want him to shock me. I don't think he's gonna... What?
Woof.
What?
So they just flashed a bunch of numbers and you have to remember those numbers? That's mental math? I feel like
I don't understand. There were
the
no
equation,
right. I was thinking
solve the equation, no calculator, no pencil. Just
I'm thinking
solve it.
well, I'm thinking like a polynomial solved for X.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I guess we have to kind of
what the hell kind of mental math was that? What math are they doing?
I think maybe the show had to simplify some of the concepts to make the anime more appealing to people.
I mean, that was at best numerology or fucking memory test.
Better than astrology.
Can you, dude? I couldn't.
Woof. Let's see what.
Yo, I feel like this is terrible for dyslexics. If you have dyslexia.
Listen, this high school does not care about that. This high school would say it is time for you to take extra resources to overcome.
It's time for you to account for that.
You're responsible for your reading, bro. Every resource will be given to you, but you've got to want it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Play. I don't know what just happened. Sure.
Throw down with the hoedown.
What? He did shock me! Yay!
Yeah. How are we going to find out that Class A wins? It's all going to come down to chess. I'm excited.
Pause.
Yeah, Koenji did not care. He just got the last one right. And then Kohei legit missed the last one.
So I don't get it. Did he only answer the last one because it was worth the most?
Yes. I don't know how much it counts against the weight of all the others combined. But Koenji did not care until he answered the last one correctly.
Katsuragi killed them. Feeding injections play up to 30 minutes of the allotted time. That's a lot of the time, though.
Half. Or...
I think it's 3/4.
Yeah.
Or 2/3.
I think it is
2/3.
Since the moment of his birth.
Got it. Yeah, that's not a thing he ever experienced. Oh, she does have the stick.
Ah.
It's not Koenji again. Who's that guy?
Somebody in Class A, because it's Hirata.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
60 minutes, so...
So it's half. You're right. It was half. You're right. I've honestly been excited for the chess one.
Yeah, same. Two novices being controlled by two, experts. Neither of the captains are jumping in yet. So this is actually gonna come down to the final 30 minutes of it. They're both gonna take over.
Something just occurred to me though. He said that he only started playing chess a few months ago.
Uh-huh.
So how long has she been planning for this?
She's the daughter of
see what I'm saying?
She's the daughter of the dude who founded the school. Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't fucking believe in destiny.
Okay.
I manipulated the strings behind the scenes. I had my finger in the pie the whole time.
That was a terrifying one. I don't like that at all.
She's the first to jump in, right at the 30-minute mark.
Well, I think she sees he's going to lose on his own.
Yep.
She needs to jump in.
Yeah.
Not yet. I think he sees where she's going to go. And he'll wait until she gets to a certain point he's expecting. And then he'll jump in.
He's going to lure her into a false sense of security.
Yeah.
He's going to let her take Hirata down a bit.
I think part of this is getting Hirata to see the disparity in their skill set. So that when Ayana Koji does step in, she doesn't ask any fucking questions. She does what she's told.
Indeed. That's true.
He's like, I need her to understand that she cannot win against purple-haired lady. I'm trying so hard to get the name, you guys. Sakayanagi? Sakayanagi. Sakanayagi. I'm getting there, I'm trying. But he wants obedience when he steps in.
It'll certainly make it easier to craft this art when your tools work the way they should.
When they participate.
Indeed. When they've got buy-in. Alright.
Now she sees the fear.
This is going to be the next episode. About to drop us.
I don't know. I think there's still some time in this episode, isn't there? Really fast.
Touched your heart. If I made, but I did not.
It's curious that her dad felt bad for Ayana Koji, but she doesn't seem to.
Down to the last 90 seconds, huh?
Use the little guy. It's so funny. Like, I'm over here. My heart is beating a little bit because Corbin and I play chess. We've played chess for years. It's one of the things we first bonded over. Corbin often wins. He has a win ratio of probably 68%?
Call it that, yeah.
Thereabouts. That's an oddly specific number, but he wins more often than not, but not always. And I find that the instances where I win are when I follow that Lord of the Rings philosophy. The closer I am to danger, the further I am from harm.
It opens up far more possibilities.
Where it's like, I can get right up against your bishop.
Uh-huh.
And there's not shit your bishop can do about it.
No, as long
because
as
it doesn't move in this direction.
Exactly.
The rules in chess can be used really creatively. And I'm just over here, respecting the skill and the brain power and the forethought that all of this requires. And to do it at this kind of speed. I struggle with speed chess. I really do. I think once we tried to have a 20-minute cap on the game, I floundered, you guys. Corbin thought it was adorable.
Listen, I'm not that great of a chess player myself, but I played for a while. Speed chess is kind of like improv, right? It's you got to think right up on the fly, and you don't know exactly where you're going until you get there.
I don't like that.
I know you like the time it takes to.
Well, because I just stare at the board, I just see the possible move options, and then kind of see which one I'm cool with dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Speed chess says fuck you, move. You ready?
Yes.
Play. See, there's still so much time left.
I have to beat you for holy reason. Ugh.
I mean, that's not really a better philosophy, babe.
Bro,
that your genes make you better. You
the irony of you believe you have superior DNA, but your body is, you know, I don't want to say weak because that's pejorative, but like.
Well, and it's not a weakness, but there's a physical limitation.
There we go. That's a good way to put it. But like you're residing on the how superior your DNA is. Racist bitch.
Well, she's thinking about intellect, and I think that's her definition of superiority. But still, like genetic superiority is a slippery slope, my guy.
Yeah.
That's a slippery slope. So like.
No, I am fascinated by the idea of genetics in terms of the ability to get rid of diseases and genetic diseases that can cause problems.
Well, you're talking about like genetic manipulation in terms of like CRISPR and the like. What they're talking about is nature versus nurture, quite literally.
Yes, they're not taking the Gattaca route. This isn't the Gattaca.
There's no diathesis stress model here.
But
where like
she's kind of trying to bring that in here, and I'm like,
it's nature, your genetics, or it's nurture, your training. To eat both of their fathers, there is no middle ground. I could go into a whole like spiel about why I disagree with that. That's not what we're here for. But I think that's kind of where the show is taking us.
And she's like, as the heir to truly superior DNA.
Miss me.
Like, oh, do you trace your lineage back to fucking Oda Nobunaga or some fucking bullshit? Like, I don't give a fuck. What the fuck does that gotta do? Like, cool, you know? Oh, wow, you're the descendant of Oda Nobunaga. Like, that was a cool dude. That's kind of cool that you're related. But, like, it doesn't mean anything in terms of your archery ability, of your intellect. Like,
unless Oda Nobunaga trained you in archery, that might matter, but...
Wow, you were an apprentice to Oda Nobunaga, so wow.
You're aging very well.
But, like, in this day and age, like, I'm the heir to superior DNA. Man, take that shit to fuck somewhere else.
Miss me.
Right. But I like that that both of their dads are firmly of the nurture rather than nature, or nurture in spite of nature.
Well, I think Sakanayagi.
That's the one.
Sakanayagi. Okay, I'm hoping that the more I say it, the easier it'll come to me. I think she kind of took her dad's message and like maybe misunderstood to a certain degree, because he was not saying that genes are superior. What he was saying was, this is an extreme case of nurture for a specific outcome, and we want kids to be allowed to be kids. We want people to have relationships, and da-da-da-da-da. And Ayana Koji has lived a pretty subpar life from his perspective in terms of like emotional capacity and experiences, friendships, like emotional understanding,
was I born a genius? Skills. Does it even matter? Because I was raised from birth to always be excellent, to be highly accountable. Like, there's a reason this is a fucking blank wall. He was raised in walls.
Well, and this is why his dad's like, we don't want these facilities to become commonplace.
If this is the model for education, if this model produces success.
Everyone lives Ayana Koji's life, because he was there from birth. Like, he was like the original subject. And he was started the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's really been molded with the idea of complete external control on the variables.
Am I not a man? Am I not a person? Am I just data?
I just can.
Am I Ayana Koji? Who am I?
Ready?
Yes.
Play. He seems engaged, if not concerned.
Indeed.
Is he going to withdraw? Are they at a time? Did they lose?
I think Ayana Koji lost. Wow. Damn. That's tough. That's tough.
I'm curious how this will affect him, if he'll care.
Did
he let her win?
Because you've already made your decision. Sucked all the joy out of it. Damn.
So basically what I'm given to understand is that the move that Ayana Koji suggested was actually a stronger move than what the computer thought would be a good move. So they changed the move to a weaker move.
Yes. Yep.
Like, Ayana Koji would have beaten whatever computers they had working on, like, move options and shit.
But
they changed them. So like if he said bishop to e4,
they said move the knight to
b6.
Yeah. And so they were able to tip the balance.
Yeah.
When Ayana Koji saw that the move that he entered was not the move that was then made,
he knew the decision had been established.
He knew that the decision had been made. And so
didn't matter what he did.
It does now.
And they didn't have enough time for him to fix it.
Now, here's what I'm interested in. Okay, fine. You're going to go ahead and kick me out of the school. Kick me out of the school. I ain't going back to the White Room. Be damned.
Well, I don't think they can kick him out because he has a protection point. She may not consider this a fair, because she did not win.
It's a draw.
Well,
No, because she forfeited.
Well, because they interfered.
Yes.
She didn't beat Ayana Koji. The school made a decision.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know if she'll consider that the terms of their bet. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because she wanted to prove that she was superior, not just have him get fucked with. And that's why she was so she's like, you interfered. She wanted to beat him fair and square, prove that genetics is more important. And the principal said, nah.
What's gonna happen now?
Change your desires rather than the order of the world. Rene Descartes. Okay.
As an American, I strongly object.
Critique to Manabu of Class A.
I'm sure that the class sizes get smaller the further we go.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just confused why it's being conveyed as though this is a group graduation, but they're in different years.
It might be that he's the sole graduate. On behalf of the graduating class. Okay.
Cool.
I don't know how long Japanese high schools are, if it is in fact 3 years, or if their middle school, it's the same number of years. It's their middle school is 4 years and ours is 3, and their high school is 3 years, so that this would be taking the full place of it. Or is this a truncated high school?
I think high school in Japan is generally 3 years.
Okay, so it's lining up on a 1-to-1 ratio in terms of age.
I think so.
Okay. All right, we made it through 2 years now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the end of year 2. Okay.
Year 1. End of year 1.
End of year 1. Oh, back at D.
Because they started with 0.
Yeah, they wanna go party somewhere else, I'm sure.
Should I go their rooms, probably? Oh, people didn't show.
It's fine. Don't even. Damn, that's rough. He's like, yeah, I know you don't got anybody who's gonna win this. Go ahead and spare you the shame.
Yikes.
It's rough. Yeah! We're gonna do our best. We'll have a good friendly competition. Cody just sipping his coffee yeah, I don't give a shit about this.
坂柳理事長からの通達に加え、謝恩会直前の密会に坂柳理事長の謹慎と最終特別試験の勝敗が月城理事長代理により仕組まれたものだとしたら
Put the cards on the table. You only benefit when you use subterfuge. What if we put it all out? This school has rules.
It's not something we can let slide.
That looks tasty.
Fancy steak dinner for the fancy steak lads.
言ってくればいい。妹としての特権を使ってこい。
帰るわ。もうやるべきことは済んだもの。
鈴音は帰ったようだ。俺は31日に学校を去る。
Aww, you're gonna send her off well.
あいにくと妹はまだだ。また会おう。綾野浩二。
兄さん。
What'd she do with those? Tell me she didn't give herself bangs.
遅くなってしまって。
Okay, she cut her hair well.
クラスメイトのために自らが前を歩いていけたらと思っています。
と本当に。
I'm glad that Susanne has really blossomed and matured beyond chasing the shadow of her brother's ghost.
I agree.
長い髪が好きだと言ったのは嘘だ。短い髪型を好んでいたお前が真に受けるかどうか確かめるために。
I'm rolling my eyes. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's cool. We keep the vibe. We keep the vibe.
正門の外でお前を待っている。
Aw, okay, that's sweet. We kind of went into some cornball territory, but we're moving to something a little better. We spent some time on that, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt like it went on a little bit longer than it needed to, but it's fine.
I mean, we've got another episode left. I mean, it's the end of the year now, so what's this next episode? Like, first day of the summer? I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think the students go home during the summer. They have to stay there all 3 years. There's no, like, outside world influence. So I think they get, like, maybe a week break or something, and then we're back to it. So I think this is the interlude in between.
We'll see what their break is like and see how they set the stage for the next season.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Love
is the best teacher.
ところで担当直入に聞きますが、龍炎くんを変えたのは綾野浩二くんですか？
どうして
I try.
I beat his ass.
パズルのピースを当てはめていっただけです。
一つ龍炎への伝言を頼まれてくれるか、日和。来てくれって、用事は何なのよ。
Wow! Wow.
Lol.
誰かと一緒にいたの？
ああ、日和とな。
日和？あんたが誰と仲良くしようと勝手だけどさ。
Oh, but the blush in your cheek says differently.
帰ろ。
I think you just want to see if she'd come.
そんなところに立ってると風邪ひくぞ。自分の部屋には帰りたくなさそうだったからな。また弱音を吐いてくれてもいい。
堀北さんと話して痛感したの。私はこの先勝てるのかな。
一ノ瀬、1年後の今日、こんな風に会わないか。伝えようと思っている言葉を、その時に伝えることを約束する。もしも一ノ瀬が没落してしまうようなら、その時は俺が解釈する。
Yikes.
I kind of think that Ayana Koji is just gonna get better at pretending to be a normal person. He's like, oh,
Is that what progression?
physical touch is something that you guys enjoy. That physical touch has meaning. Different types of physical touch can inspire different reactions in different kinds of people. Well, isn't this a variable to consider?
Fascinating.
A whole new world.
懐かしい場所だな。
そんなこと
Being here takes me back.
そのままの意味だ。
Like the judo?
お前ならもっと安全にうまくやれるだと。俺を任したお前が坂柳より下はない。あるいはどうしようもないアクシデント。違うか。
Getting very close to it. Not while we're here, though. Throwing it.
Just to see if he still got it.
お前には可能性がある。もっとうまく成長しろ、龍炎。俺との再戦すら実現しない。
Go, Buzzer!
に足がつく真似をするな。
父上の元に戻られるというのは
How about you?
俺
No.
はこの学校を気に入っていますから。
そうなると君の今後の学校生活は大変
That's fine. They have an environment situation. Pause. Because remember he said leave the environment to me? They control all the cameras and shit? I'm guessing this is the environment that they chose.
の新入生の中にホワイトルームから呼び寄せた生徒が一人
Oh dear.
どの生徒か4月中に突き止めることができたらを渡すのはその子ですよ。
わかりました。ホワイトルームで俺よりも優れた人間は存在しない。
Okay, okay.
綾野浩二くん、ねえ本当はもっと勉強もスポーツもできるんじゃない？
Yes.
手を抜いてるのは目立ちたくないからだ。
I think Koji's gonna start leading from the front. I'm taking him at face value.
70 to 80.
あなたの実力を解き放ってもらえないかしら。
断る。全力を出す意味がないな。
2年生になってからの筆記試験で。
I don't know if he sees that worth
お前
his...
には生徒会に入って
Okay, yeah. Listen, we can do business.
He's confident in his win.
理由
And it would be a gift, or his favor to her brother.
お前が負けた時に教える。
私が勝ったら以降はあなたには全力を出してもらうから。
Cool. I like a good friendly competition. Wagers on wagers on wagers. Yeah, you're not gonna call me. I'm not gonna come when I call it. Yeah. She's setting boundaries. That's healthy, and I like that.
Good shit.
関係をいろいろ疑われてるんだけど。
お前との関係を疑われた。
ちょっと待って。私の頭の整理が追いつかない。
It's not all that much.
I was
data.
just thinking
It's
that.
really not a whole bunch of new data here.
もう行くから。
Okay.
Isn't this your room?
No, it's the Ayana Koji's.
単純に
Oh.
嫌だったらスルーしてもらっていいんだ。
Lay her out with some truth. What do you got?
付き合うか。
Oh damn.
俺とお前で付き合うかって聞いたんだ。
何の冗談よ。あんたは椎名さんのこと。
それは K が嫉妬するかどうか試したかったんだろうな。
I don't believe that, Ayana Koji. Why are you lying to this woman?
阻止したいと思ったからだ。
This is all bullshit.
I have questions.
It's all bullshit.
I think it's technically true.
I think it could be interpreted as true. Or it could be true depending on your interpretation, perhaps is a better way to say it. There is an end goal here that is not amorous. So there is something surreptitious here.
付き合ってあげる。
Uh-huh, it's a thing she really wanted. He knew that that was a thing she really wanted.
ことでいいのか。
And he's like, this could be convenient at one, shutting up and confirming whatever rumors are going around.
Well, he said it to her, so
あちょ、
Aww.
まさかキスとかするの？
Isn't this how humans show affection? Look at him! Look at him showing warmth. Look at him leaning into the human experience, the high school experience.
人は学習し成長する生き物だ。
Uh-huh.
この
Uh-huh.
場合は軽井沢 K の成長に不可欠なもの。俺は K を通して恋愛を
Called it.
学習
what did I say?
Called it.
ホワイトルームで学ぶことができなかったものを
We're gonna try to learn about love. Warmth.
それは役目を終える。
Oh! Oh! No! You're not just calling her it! Ayana Koji's going for love! Oh my god! Let me try love romance. This
Jeez.
thing I hear a whole bunch about. I see its influence everywhere, and it's, you know, such a thing. I haven't really considered this thing for myself. You know what? Why not? Let's lean in. See, get a girlfriend.
This is a phenomenon I'm unfamiliar with. You know, it's kind of like, I've never had, you know, collards before. Sure. They say that you have great collards. If there's a place to try them,
I'm going to try to learn everything about them, and then at the end of it, I'm either going to know how to cook collards, or I'm going to love collards.
or I'm going to know that they're not for me.
Yeah. I'm
Damn.
reading the textbook known as K, and when I'm done, I won't need it anymore. I'm really choosing to believe the positive interpretation of this, that he won't need it, referring to the relationship, and not it relating to I won't need it anymore, referring to Karuizawa, the tool.
That's kind of how I took it. though.
Kind of same, too.
I took it as like, when I don't need this textbook anymore,
I won't need
I'll return it to the library. Like, that's kind of how I'm hearing it. Ayana Koji's got some friendly competition. And the benefit to this, too, is if Harikta and Ayana Koji are, like, both trying really hard, there are class benefits.
And if I'm Ayana Koji, honestly, the lessons that I'm learning from, like, all of the people that just throw their bullshit at me, just everybody, somebody's gonna fucking try you anywhere you fucking look at it,
Yeah.
everywhere you look.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna fucking try you about something.
Yeah.
Ayana Koji really is like, I just came here to learn and do the school thing and, you know,
He's like,
compete.
I'm really just trying to kill some time until I have to be a mentor in the White Room, but, like,
What,
when that happens, the rest of my life is spoken for, so I got, like, 3-4 years to play with. Let's go.
or, you know, we'll figure out something else.
Mhm.
But there's just so many, and that's, I guess, just part of the human condition, and part of what the school is trying to help you deal with is there's just gonna be some bullshit from somebody at any
There's always
given
going to be
moment.
shenanigans.
Indeed. So I sympathize for Ayana Koji as he's just trying to go about his fucking day,
Yeah,
and people just come across and try him.
that's rough, buddy.
Yeah. If Ayana Koji came from harder streets, well, he'd probably be expelled.
I just think it's so fascinating to, like, contemplate the origin of his, like, disassociative apathy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I wouldn't go so far as to call him, like, an inherent sociopath. Like, that's not really the vibe that I get. What I get is more of, like, there were elements of life that I was physically never exposed to and never conceived of. Like, there was a certain, like, frame of thought, a philosophy of living that didn't have any room for romance. It was about intelligence,
being the best,
cleverness, speed, physical ability, like...
being able to win in any given competition.
Learning from every experience.
And doing what in any given fair metric, where student A goes up against student B, based on intellect and merit, always be the winning student. And he always was. Now he's got some person who's going to come in and try and make his life bullshit. For what reason? Because his dad feels sore that he left.
Well, that's funny, because if Ayana Koji does, like, basically the same thing, if he's just really strong, he wins 2 bets in 1 shot. He'll identify the other kid from the White Room, tell that to old boy so he resigns, and Harik leaves him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
He's sick of people asking him to do more. He's like, no.
He really just came here to learn.
He's like, I am in the majors, and y'all are struggling with T-ball. Like,
I'm not here for this.
I throw an 86 mile per hour
tiddlywink bullshit. However, Ayana Koji is learning it isn't just tiddlywink bullshit. It's part of dealing with people on a large enough group. You're going to have to deal with some of these
it's learning that
softer emotions, softer touches, and things like that.
I don't even think it's necessarily that, like, affectionate. It's just a matter of realizing, okay, so if I coach this T-ball class, I can get access to the parents. Or if I coach this T-ball class, you know, I can advance through this means.
How do I pursue my goals, whatever those goals may be?
How does this benefit my objective?
Most importantly, how do I pursue and attain my goals when all the people that I work with / compete against all have their goals that may or may not get in the way of mine? And maybe our goals align, and that moves us in and it's, you know, the dance of human society.
If they align, great. If they conflict, I'm sorry to hear that. You're about to go down.
This entire salad, how do you deal with it?
Pretty much.
And how do you grow and become the best from it?
The very best that no one ever was. Anywho, that'll be it for me, I think.
I think so. Guys, that's the end of Classroom of the Elite, at least for now.
We are caught up.
We are putting this one on the shelf. Be picked up when there's new content.
In the meantime, Mushoku Tensei has just returned. Invincible is back. Has Been Hotel has been posted by now. And there's a whole season of anime coming up here in the later half of the spring, the beginning of the summer. Very excited.
Love it to death. All right, you ready to go?
I think so. We'll see y'all soon.
Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bro, it's funny we're watching this now the day after UNC's game. It's hard out here for a Tar Hero, but or so I hear.
You don't even follow March Madness? I told you.
I know you did.
About the loss to Alabama at night. You use my own spells against me?
Yeah. What the New York Times article said was it was a very somber locker room. And when I saw the score, I understood why. They lost by one goal. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. I understand that having gone to UNC.
I think it's adorable you called it a goal.
Don't they score bases in basketball?
Now you're just trying to be cute.
You're right. Being coy does not become me.